A young girl with dirt-stained clothes and tangled hair approaches the outdoor table where former UFC champion Ronda Rousey sits, finishing her lunch at a bustling Los Angeles cafe. The 11-year-old's eyes dart nervously between the half-eaten sandwich on Ronda's plate and the busy sidewalk behind her, as if ready to run at any moment. "Excuse me, miss," the girl whispers, her voice barely audible above the traffic on Melrose Avenue. "Can I eat your leftovers?" Ronda looks up from her phone, initially startled by the interruption. The girl's appearance tells a story of nights spent sleeping rough. Her oversized jacket hangs loosely on her small frame, and her sneakers have holes that expose dirty socks underneath. What strikes Ronda most, however, is not the girl's obvious poverty, but the dignity with which she asks the question. No begging, no sob story, just a simple, direct request. "What's your name, sweetheart?" Ronda asks, setting down her phone completely. "Maya," the girl responds, taking a small step closer to the table. "I haven't eaten since yesterday morning. The shelter ran out of food, and the soup kitchen doesn't open until 6. Ronda glances at her watch. It's only 2 in the afternoon. She studies Maya's face, noting the intelligence in her eyes, despite the exhaustion etched around them. This isn't just another street encounter. Something about this moment feels different, more significant. "Sit down," Ronda says, pulling out the chair across from her. "But we're not talking about leftovers. We're ordering you a proper meal." Maya hesitates, looking around nervously. "I don't have any money to pay you back." "Did I ask for money?" Ronda signals the waitress. "Besides, I have a feeling you're going to pay me back in ways you can't even imagine right now." As Maya settles into the chair, Ronda notices the girl's hands shaking slightly, whether from hunger, cold, or nerves, she can't tell. The waitress approaches, and Ronda orders a full meal: grilled chicken, mashed potatoes, vegetables, and a chocolate milkshake. "Tell me about yourself, Maya. How did you end up on the streets?" Maya's story unfolds slowly between bites of bread. Her mother died in a car accident 8 months ago, and with no other family, she aged out of the temporary foster care system. She's been surviving on the streets of Hollywood, sleeping in doorways, and surviving on whatever food she can find or afford with the few dollars she earns from returning bottles and cans. "I'm not stupid," Maya says, her voice growing stronger as she eats. "I know I need to get back in school, find a real place to live. But everything costs money, and nobody wants to hire someone without an address." Ronda leans forward, intrigued by the girl's matter-of-fact assessment of her situation. "What did you want to be before all this happened?" "A teacher," Maya answers, without hesitation. "I love helping people learn things. Even on the streets, I help other kids read signs or count money. Knowledge is the only thing nobody can take away from you." The conviction in Maya's voice reminds Ronda of her own journey from a troubled childhood to Olympic glory and UFC stardom. She sees something familiar in this girl's eyes, a fighter's spirit that refuses to be broken by circumstances. "Maya, I want to ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest with me. If someone gave you a real chance, not just a meal, but an opportunity to change your life, would you take it?" Maya stops eating and looks directly at Ronda. "What kind of opportunity?" "The kind that requires hard work, dedication, and trust. The kind that might be scary at first, because it means leaving the streets and accepting help from someone you just met." For the first time since sitting down, Maya smiles. "Miss, I've been scared every single day for 8 months, but I've never been scared of hard work or learning something new. If you're offering me a chance to build a real life, then yes, I'll take it." Ronda pulls out her phone and makes a call. "Hi, Sarah, it's Ronda. I need you to prepare the guest room. I'm bringing someone home who's going to be staying with us for a while." Maya's eyes widen. "You're taking me to your house?" "Not just my house, your new home, at least until we get you properly set up. But first, we're going shopping for clothes, school supplies, and everything else you'll need." As they leave the cafe together, Maya walking beside Ronda down the busy Los Angeles street. Neither of them realizes that a passerby has recorded the entire conversation and posted it online. Within hours, the video will go viral. But right now, they're focused on the immediate future. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to follow Maya's incredible journey. Drop a comment below telling us about a time someone showed you unexpected kindness. Your story might inspire someone else today. The next morning, Maya wakes up in a real bed for the first time in months. The guest room in Ronda's Malibu home overlooks the Pacific Ocean, and sunlight streams through clean windows onto soft carpets. For a moment, she wonders if she's dreaming, but the smell of breakfast cooking downstairs confirms this new reality. Downstairs, Ronda is preparing pancakes while talking on the phone with her lawyer about the legal steps needed to become Maya's temporary guardian. The process will be complex, but Ronda's determination is absolute. "Good morning, sunshine," Ronda says as Maya appears in the kitchen doorway wearing new pajamas they bought the previous evening. "Ready for your first day of your new life?" Maya nods, still adjusting to the kindness she's experiencing. "I keep thinking I'm going to wake up back on the street." "That's not going to happen. But Maya, I need you to understand something important. This isn't charity, this is an investment. I'm investing in you because I believe you have something special to offer the world. But investments require returns." Maya sits at the kitchen island, accepting a plate of pancakes. "What kind of returns?" "I want you to promise me that whatever you achieve in life, you'll remember this moment and help someone else the way I'm helping you. Success isn't just about what you accomplish. It's about lifting others up along the way." "I promise," Maya says solemnly. "But what if I fail? What if I'm not as smart or capable as you think I am?" Ronda sits across from her, remembering her own doubts before major fights. "Maya, failure isn't about falling down. It's about staying down. And something tells me you're not the type to stay down." Their conversation is interrupted by Ronda's phone buzzing with notifications. The video of their meeting has exploded across social media, with millions of views and thousands of comments. News outlets are calling, requesting interviews about the heartwarming encounter that's restoring faith in humanity. Looks like our story is getting some attention," Ronda says, scrolling through the messages. "How do you feel about that?" Maya considers the question carefully. "If our story helps other people believe that good things can happen, then I'm okay with it. But I don't want to be famous for being homeless. I want to be known for what I do next." Ronda smiles, impressed by Maya's wisdom. "Then let's focus on what comes next. First stop, getting you enrolled in school." The enrollment process at the local high school proves more complicated than expected. Maya's lack of recent academic records and permanent address creates bureaucratic hurdles, but Ronda's persistence and growing media attention help smooth the way. The principal, initially skeptical, becomes an ally after witnessing Maya's eagerness to learn and her respectful demeanor. "I'll be honest," the principal tells Ronda privately, "we've had celebrity families try to enroll kids here before, and it usually creates more problems than solutions. But this feels different. That girl has something special." Maya's first day of school arrives 3 weeks later. She's nervous but excited, carrying a new backpack filled with supplies and wearing clothes that actually fit. As Ronda drops her off, a small crowd of students and parents has gathered, drawn by the viral video and media coverage. "Remember what we talked about," Ronda says as Maya gets out of the car. "You're not here as the homeless girl who got rescued. You're here as Maya, the future teacher who's going to change the world." Maya takes a deep breath and walks toward the school entrance. Some students whisper and point, but others approach with genuine curiosity and kindness. By lunchtime, she's made 3 new friends and impressed her teachers with her enthusiasm and insight. But the real test comes during her English class, when the teacher asks students to write about a personal experience that changed their perspective. Maya stares at the blank paper for several minutes before beginning to write about the difference between being invisible and being seen, between surviving and living, between charity and investment. Her essay moves her teacher to tears and earns her the first A she's received in almost a year. More importantly, it helps her classmates understand that homelessness doesn't define intelligence or worth, circumstances do. That evening, as Maya shares her school experiences with Ronda over dinner, they discuss the future. Maya wants to accelerate her studies to make up for lost time, and Ronda suggests tutoring and summer programs that could help her graduate early. "I've been thinking about what you said about paying it forward," Maya says. "I want to start now, not wait until I'm successful. Can we volunteer at the shelter where I used to stay? I know those kids, and I know what it feels like to think nobody cares." Ronda realizes that Maya is already becoming the person she saw potential for in that cafe. The investment is paying dividends faster than she ever imagined. Their volunteer work begins the following weekend. Maya's ability to connect with homeless youth proves invaluable. She speaks their language, understands their fears, and offers hope based on lived experience rather than theoretical sympathy. Ronda watches as Maya helps a younger boy with his reading, using the same patience and encouragement that she herself has received. "You see that?" Ronda whispers to the shelter director. "That's not just kindness. That's leadership." The shelter director nods, equally impressed. She's already talking about organizing study groups and life skills workshops. This girl is going to change a lot of lives. As winter approaches, Maya's transformation becomes even more remarkable. Her grades are excellent, she's made lasting friendships, and her confidence grows daily. But perhaps most importantly, she's maintained her compassion and humility despite her changed circumstances. The viral video that started their journey continues to inspire others. Donations pour into the shelter, other celebrities begin similar mentorship programs, and Maya receives letters from young people around the world who see hope in her story. One evening, as they review college preparation materials, Maya looks up at Ronda with tears in her eyes. "What's wrong?" Ronda asks, concerned. "Nothing's wrong," Maya says, smiling through her tears. "I just realized that 8 months ago I was asking for your leftovers. Now I'm planning for college. It doesn't seem real." "It's real because you made it real," Ronda replies. "I just gave you an opportunity. You did everything else." Maya shakes her head. "You gave me more than an opportunity. You gave me back my future. You saw something in me when I couldn't see it in myself." As they continue planning Maya's academic future, both women understand that their chance meeting has created something much larger than either of them anticipated. Maya's story has become a symbol of hope, proving that one act of kindness can create ripple effects that touch countless lives. The girl who once asked for leftovers is now preparing to feast at the table of opportunity, and she's determined to make sure there's always room for one more. This incredible journey is just beginning. Subscribe now and ring that notification bell to follow Maya's continued transformation and see how one moment of kindness creates a lifetime of impact. Comment below and tell us about someone who believed in you when you needed it most. Let's spread more stories of hope and human connection. Don't forget to hit that like button to help us reach even more people who need to see that miracles happen when we choose compassion over indifference. 6 months later, Maya stands at the podium of the Beverly Hills Community Center, addressing an audience of 200 people at the first annual Second Chances fundraising gala. Her transformation is remarkable. Confident posture, articulate speech, and eyes that sparkle with purpose rather than desperation. "When I asked Ronda for her leftovers that day, I thought I was just asking for food," Maya begins, her voice steady and clear. "I didn't realize I was asking for my life back." The audience listens intently as Maya shares her journey. But tonight isn't just about her story. She's announcing the launch of the Maya's Table program, an initiative that pairs successful mentors with homeless youth, providing not just temporary shelter, but comprehensive life-rebuilding support. Ronda watches from the front row, beaming with pride as Maya explains the program's three-pillar approach: education, mentorship, and community service. The idea came from Maya herself, who insisted that receiving help should always include giving back. We've already identified 50 mentor families and have a waiting list of young people ready to begin their transformation. Maya continues. But we need your support to expand this program nationwide. The fundraising goal for the evening is $100,000. By the time Maya finishes her presentation, they've raised $350,000, with commitments for ongoing monthly support that will sustain the program for years. After the event, as Maya and Ronda drive home along the Pacific Coast Highway, they reflect on how far they've come. Maya is now a senior in high school, having accelerated her studies to graduate a year early. She's been accepted to UCLA with a full scholarship and plans to study education and social work. I got a call today from the mayor's office, Ronda mentions casually. They want to name you Youth Advocate of the Year. Maya laughs. A year ago, I was sleeping in doorways. Now they want to give me awards. It's surreal. It's not surreal. It's what happens when talent meets opportunity and hard work, Ronda corrects. But Maya, I need to tell you something important. You're ready to live independently now. You don't need me anymore. Maya turns to look at Ronda, panic flashing in her eyes. Are you asking me to leave? I'm telling you that you have a choice, Ronda explains gently. You can stay as long as you want. You're family now. But you're also strong enough to make it on your own if that's what you choose. The decision is yours. Maya considers this for several minutes as they drive through the Malibu hills. I want to get my own apartment near UCLA when I start college, but I also want to keep working with you on Maya's Table. We make a good team. The best team, Ronda agrees. Partners in changing the world, one person at a time. Their partnership faces its first major test 2 weeks later, when a documentary crew approaches them about creating a film about Maya's transformation. The offer is substantial, enough money to fund Maya's Table for 5 years, but it requires Maya to relive painful memories and expose intimate details of her homelessness. I don't want to be defined by my worst moments, Maya tells Ronda as they discuss the proposal. But if sharing my story helps other kids, maybe it's worth it. That they negotiate carefully with the filmmakers, ensuring that the documentary will focus on solutions rather than exploitation, hope rather than despair. Maya insists on creative control over her own narrative and the right to donate half the proceeds to homeless youth organizations. The filming process proves emotionally challenging. Maya returns to the streets where she once slept, visits the shelter that provided her occasional refuge, and interviews other young people still struggling with homelessness. But she also documents the success stories, kids who've found stability through Maya's Table and other programs inspired by her journey. One particularly powerful scene shows Maya teaching a group of homeless teenagers how to prepare for job interviews. Her patience and understanding create a safe space where these young people can practice presenting their best selves despite their circumstances. The most important thing to remember, Maya tells them, is that your current situation is not your final destination. You are not your circumstances. You are your potential. Among the teenagers is 17-year-old Carlos, who reminds Maya of herself a year earlier. He's intelligent and articulate, but lacks confidence and hope. Maya takes special interest in his development, working with him on basic life skills and helping him envision a future beyond survival. "Why are you helping me?" Carlos asks during one of their sessions. "What do you get out of this?" Maya smiles, remembering asking Ronda a similar question. "I get to see you succeed. I get to watch you discover what you're capable of. And someday, when you're helping someone else, I'll get to know that this moment mattered. Carlos becomes Maya's first official mentee through the Maya's Table program. Within 3 months, he's enrolled in community college and working part-time at a local non-profit. His transformation validates Maya's belief that sustainable change requires both immediate support and long-term investment in human potential. As Maya's high school graduation approaches, media attention intensifies. Her story has inspired similar programs in 12 cities, and she's been invited to speak at conferences across the country. But she remains focused on her original goal, becoming a teacher who can create systemic change in how society addresses youth homelessness. The graduation ceremony takes place on a perfect June morning. Maya walks across the stage as valedictorian, her speech focusing not on her personal achievements, but on the collective responsibility to ensure that no young person faces homelessness alone. "Education saved my life," she tells her classmates and their families. But it wasn't just the education I received in classrooms. It was learning that I mattered, that my dreams were valid, and that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. In the audience, Ronda wipes away tears as Maya receives her diploma. Sitting nearby are Carlos and 3 other young people who found stability through Maya's Table, all of them planning their own educational futures. After the ceremony, Maya and Ronda host a celebration at their Malibu home. The guest list includes teachers, social workers, shelter staff, and the growing network of families involved in Maya's Table. But the most honored guests are the young people who found hope through the program. "This isn't really my graduation party," Maya announces to the gathered crowd. "This is a celebration of what's possible when we refuse to give up on each other." As the evening winds down, Maya and Ronda sit on the deck overlooking the ocean, planning the next phase of their work together. Maya will start at UCLA in the fall, but she'll continue developing Maya's Table during her studies. Their goal is to establish the program in 100 cities within 5 years. "Do you ever wonder what would have happened if I hadn't stopped at that cafe that day?" Ronda asks. Maya considers the question seriously. "I think I would have found another way eventually, but it would have taken longer, and I might not have learned the most important lesson, which is that success isn't about escaping your past. It's about using your past to create a better future for others." The documentary about Maya's journey premieres 6 months later at the Sundance Film Festival, where it wins the Audience Award for Best Documentary Feature. The film's success brings national attention to youth homelessness and generates millions in donations for related programs. But for Maya, now thriving in her first year at UCLA, the real measure of success isn't awards or media coverage. It's the text messages she receives from young people who found hope through her story, the progress reports from Maya's Table participants, and the knowledge that her worst moment led to her greatest purpose. Standing in her dorm room, looking at photos from the past 18 months, Maya reflects on the journey from asking for leftovers to serving hope. Tomorrow, she'll attend her first education policy class, taking another step toward her goal of becoming a teacher and advocate who can create systemic change. The girl who once had nothing to offer but her dignity now has everything to give, and she's just getting started. If Maya's incredible transformation has inspired you, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, because her story continues to unfold in amazing ways. Comment below and share this video with someone who needs to see that no matter how dark things seem, there's always hope for a brighter tomorrow. Hit that like button to help us spread Maya's message of resilience and compassion to even more people around the world. Your engagement helps us reach those who need this reminder that one act of kindness can change everything, including your own life when you choose to be that person for someone else.